World War II was the bloodiest tragedy of the 20th century. Millions of broken lives, thousands of burned towns and villages. And today, in places where fierce fighting took place, special search teams find remains of unknown soldiers, shells, fragments of the front armor. And memorials are added with newfound brave names of those who died in those terrible years. Toddlers Dimash and Amir have peaceful sky over their heads, wealthy family, caring and attentive parents. However, together with their mother, Gulmira, they are waiting for the return of their close ones from a very important trip. 73 years later, their grandfather's grave, Shidurbai, who died as a hero near Leningrad, Gulash's lifetime search for her father has ended.
Мен енді өмір бақи әкемді көрсем, шіркін жатқан жерім бір білсем деп ойлағам. Ол менің енді ойымда жоқ, өзім.
All my life, I wanted to see my father's grave. I was thinking about it all the time. Now I'm over 70. I'm grateful to my children, my daughter-in-law, especially my daughter-in-law. The last 2-3 years, they have been searching and now found my father. She wrote letters in search of my father. And we found in the archives of the military enlistment office that Sabitov Shidurbai was there. Children took me there. Gulash was born after her father's death. According to her mother, he was foreman. He went to the front from the farm Amangilde of Semipalatinsk region. He learned about the birth of his daughter before he died in a fight. He wrote to his wife to give the daughter an euphonious name. It was the last triangular letter from the front they received. For a long time, we were looking for Shidurbai, because according to our data, our metric, and papers, we searched for Shidurbai, but in the soldiers list, he was signed as Shidurbai. That is, we had a problem with one letter. Because of one letter, we couldn't find him for 73 years, one might say.
73 года, вот из одной буквы можно сказать.
Shooter Shidurbai Sabitov fought in the battles of Leningrad, in a place called by Soviet soldiers the Valley of Death. He defended the only way to ensure the supply of parts and advancing the way from Leningrad to Moscow. The Germans put the sign in the place with the inscription, "Here begins the hell." It was there near the village of Trigubova on March 22, 1943, and Kulash's father died. His relatives were able to learn this only after the archives were in the public domain, and the Russian-based memorial began its work and they started to correspond with the administration of the rural settlement Trigubovka. We were writing to the deputy of the rural settlement Trigubovsk, Andreeva Tatiana. Thanks to her, and directly with her help, we found the burial place and a place of our grandfather's death. In fact, there were very fierce fighting. We were told that near the village more than 11,000 Red Army soldiers of the Soviet Army were killed. In the list of the dead, on the memorial plate of military burial Lubinfield, now appears and the name of Shidurbai Sabitov. Historical justice is restored. Relatives visited the mass grave where the soldiers lie. According to Kazakh traditions, they poured on it a handful of the native land. As soon as we came to see the memorial, the sun rose. It's as if nature itself says that we did the right thing coming here. And Mom is relieved in the sense that she found her father. I'm grateful to my son, my daughter-in-law, that they took me there. We flew 6 hours on an airplane, 6 hours back. It is not easy at my age. Thanks to my children, I hope they will have a long life. Hope their children will be happy. This is all I want right now. Now the descendants of war veteran Shidurbai Sabitov happily welcome guests. At Rich Dasarkan, they talk about a difficult journey. Life goes on, and now the history of their family has no more white spots.